And a good Tuesday, everybody. Welcome in Chase and Big Joe, 1025 The Game. He is Big Joe Dubin. I'm Chase McCabe, Dr. Crane, Nick Frazier on the ones and twos. Hope you're having a wonderful day so far. And we're ready to rock and roll here on this Tuesday. What's up, JoJo?
We are. I'm telling you, get outside today and walk for 30 minutes. It is absolutely beautiful outside today.
It is.
And experience the weather. And I just saw a big thing on the news that Starbucks is moving to Nashville. Do you know that?
I think I did hear that.
Starbucks is moving the corporate office here. So, Chase, maybe they'll lower your Frappuccino from $13 to $12.
Well, and, this is just for you. I'm going to throw this back at you for all the corporate money that you say isn't here for all these sports teams we're going to get. That's just another big billion-dollar corporation.
Going to sponsor it, but I'm proud of you because no longer do you bring in your sugar-laced coffee drink anymore. I'm very proud of you. You've probably saved a ton of money from doing that, so thank you.
I have.
So my nagging and annoying finally paid off in some sort of way with my kids ignore me, so I'm glad you and Dr. Crane don't.
We'll go with that.
Is that what it is?
Well, I buy it now, like at home, to have the cold brew.
Cold brew.
The girlfriend taught me about this. And, and so, yes, it doesn't have as much sugar and all that stuff in it.
Just erase all sugar from your life, and you'll feel so much better. So much better.
I like some sugar.
Oh, get it. Oh, family show. Good Lord.
You said it. You set me up for that. I'm sorry.
A quick little rant again, and I've said this about 2 years ago. There's a 7-Eleven by the gym that I go to, and the two doors, one of the door is always locked. Why are we locking the other door? Why does only one door work? Please unlock both doors when I walk into your convenience store. That really bugs me because I'm trying to get out and I hit that one door and I almost go through your glass. Just if you own a convenience store, open both doors.
Agree. Yeah, I don't know why they don't do that either.
Every time I'm like, open both doors. And then I found out that the numbers to the side are if you rob the store when you're running out, they can see how tall you are.
Yeah.
I was like, okay,
I knew
that's
that.
Cool. I get this. But unlock both doors. All right, I feel much better now. Thank you, guys. This is my therapy.
Well, I'm glad.
Thank you.
I am glad you feel better.
Thank you.
615-737-1025 is our phone and text line, driven by WilsonCountyHyundai.com. And you can call or text on anything that we are talking about today. Unfortunately, no Tim Hasselbeck today. He had to move. He's going to join us Friday after the first round of the draft.
Good.
So we'll get his thoughts on whoever the Titans take it for or wherever. We are going to run the simulator again today, and we're going to do what Big Joe hopes the Titans will do, even though I don't think they will do it, and that is we're going to try and position ourselves to move into 3 and to have 3 and 4.
Oh, I like this. Yeah, man.
So I haven't done it yet. I have a feeling it's going to be difficult, but we're going to give it a shot.
Well, I'm telling you, if they do this Thursday night, I will not be able to shut up the entire time. I still think the Jets at 2 are going to do something. Then the Cardinals at 3 are going to do something. And Jeremiah Love's not going to be there. The more I look at it, the more I hear people talk about it. And now all the draft experts are giving you both sides of the coin. Love's not going to be, but he might be there. He's not going to be there, but I think this team's going to move up. And when that team moves up, they'll be like, well, one of my 17 scenarios, I told you they'd move up and do that. But I just do believe the Jets are going to go capital. I think the Cardinals, they have a crowded running back room. I read today that if they've already got $25 million locked up in running backs. The Cardinals do.
Yeah.
With Connor and Algier, right? And then you had Love. Where's he going to go? They don't need a running back unless they could trade Connor and Algier.
Man. I mean, I think it's all posture. By the way, is that a Tennessee hat?
I don't know. I found it in one of my bags.
Because it looks faded.
It's not. It's brand new. I don't know what it is. I don't know, pal.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a T.
But it's like yellow almost. It's weird.
Okay.
Anyway, Jeremy Fowler was on DVD yesterday from ESPN. Good get by them. And, he basically gave the thought of, are they going to try and move up or move back? And, like I listened to it and it's like, well, they could, they might. Doesn't mean they will, but they could.
Right.
And I'm like, I'm just waiting for one of these insiders to be like, you know what? I have no idea.
They don't. I mean, no, look, and I get it because nobody knows what the Jets are going to do at 2. Are they going to stick and stay? What's going to happen at 3? Are they going to the Cardinals? Nobody knows.
Yeah.
In a typical 1 through 4, they get Love, but I don't think he's going to be there.
I was I think this story's been told, but I was told one time by somebody that you'd get around this time of year, they would basically, all the people that were, around, they would tell, like I tell you, hey, we're taking the running back. Hey, we're going to take the edge rusher. I tell Parker we're going to take a wide receiver. And then whenever he'd look in the paper to see like, oh, it looks like the Titans are taking a wide receiver, he'd know where the leak is.
Oh, that's fantastic. That's fantastic. Yeah. Well, you could name names. That's all right.
You can figure it out.
Right.
But
that's good. That's a good one. Yeah, I would do that all the time. I would all my guys to throw it out there.
But you have, like, I mean, again, and John was talking about it yesterday. I think as a general manager, you have to be that way because your circle has to be very tight. Like, especially if they're all sitting there going, it's Jeremiah Love or bust. Like we are all in on Love.
Right.
You can't say that.
No.
Because if you do, then the Jets or Arizona are going to be like, well, we don't necessarily need him or want him, but let's hold the Titans ransom and see what we can get.
Oh, exactly. Hey, anything else come of the Dan Patrick thing yesterday, or was he just blabbering?
I mean, it's taken off and gone everywhere. I mean, like, I'm telling you, he's not going to throw something out there without some pretty good stuff behind it.
Well, I think he just did.
I don't.
I mean, the signed sealed thing, man, that's what I want to know. That's one that got me yesterday, but we'll talk about that later on throughout the show today because we know it's like saying, I bet you, Chase, on July 17th, sun's going to come up.
Yeah.
Signs, yep. You're like, well, okay. I mean, so we know Nashville's getting a Super Bowl. We know that.
Yeah, I mean, we know that too. But I will also say that I do kind of buy into Dan Patrick might know before the mayor's office.
But nobody said a word. So did
No,
the NFL tell the ESPN guys, hey, don't say a word?
Yeah, because they're not ready to, like, I was telling my girlfriend this last night of, well, if it's all out there, why not just announce it? Because the NFL knows they don't have to.
Right.
The NFL can announce it whenever the heck the NFL wants to announce it. Whether they're kind of like, whether you think you know something or not, when we're ready for you to officially know it, then we'll tell you.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how
I see
that's how they operate.
I see it, man.
So I see you.
Yeah, right.
And you see me. Dr. Crane, how you doing back
Isn't that
there?
a song?
Doing well, gentlemen. Good to see you guys.
You see me.
Yeah, it's Hall & Oates.
Oh, it is. Got it. Okay.
What is our question of the day?
So, Dr. Crane, get ready for this one because you're going to be playing his music throughout the entire show. 10 years ago today, Prince died.
Oh, dang.
10 years ago today, Prince died. I remember exactly where I was. I was at lunch at Nipper's Corner, and the word came through that Prince passed. So I'm like, what? So here's a question today. What musician passing away really affected you? What musician that passed away really affected you? And I'll start out. When Eddie Van Halen passed away in October of 20, I never met Eddie Van Halen, not one time in my life. But my goodness, Van Halen, that soundtrack was the soundtrack to my youth and growing up. That really bothered me that Eddie Van Halen passed away. So our question, 615-737-1025, which musician that passed away really, really bothered you? Now, I would go and say Jimmy Buffett really, really bothered me, but I think Eddie Van Halen, because I didn't discover Buffett till later in my adulthood. I mean, Eddie Van Halen, when I was 10, 11 years old, and Diver Down, and
so
all that came out of me. It was amazing.
All right. Our question of the day is presented by Aries Tactical. Your safety, your skill, your Aries Tactical. First-time shooters, shoot for free. Just tell them that I, Chase McCabe, sent you and check them out at ariestactical.com. We usually don't do this, but I feel like with the prize we have to give away today, it might be appropriate to tie it to our question of the day.
Okay?
Because we have a pair of tickets before you can buy them to see a concert at Ascend Amphitheater on Saturday, August 1st.
Ooh.
The great Bob Dylan. Those tickets go on sale this Friday at 10.
Wow.
So I feel like there's a tie-in here with...
For those who know, Bob Dylan's still alive.
He is, and he is one of the greatest songwriters of all time.
He is.
So, I mean, I don't know how we award this necessarily, but I feel like there could be a tie-in.
Okay. We'll think
throughout
about
the show.
that. Throughout the show.
Mine is James William Buffett. I mean, I literally from 4 years old, I love Jimmy Buffett because my dad, my uncle, my aunt, like they all listened to him. They used to play Cheeseburger in Paradise for me, and I'd sing it at the top of my lungs. So I was sitting at my favorite bar, Brew House, on the West Side, and I saw Twitter, and I literally was like, "Please be wrong. It's never wrong, but please be wrong." On September 1st, 2023, and immediately all the music in the bar changed.
Yeah, right.
And that's all. We listened to Buffett for the rest of the
That's
night.
crazy. I was on the way. MTSU played Alabama that weekend.
That's right.
Headed down, and then we found it came across. I'm like, no. And then it hit hard. Dr. Crane, you got one?
Toby Keith, by all means.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
That's a good one.
that one really hit me hard.
Yeah. That's a good one.
Any particular reason why?
I mean, just a genuine person, did a lot for the military. And I just think that's something that kind of goes under the radar a lot. I mean, I think we're all very humble and grateful for the circumstances that we live in. We live in a free country.
True.
But the fact of the matter is that there are people out there that are fighting for our freedom. So I just think that's something that's missed right now.
It's pretty, man, what a great song. Underrated songwriter, man. Just absolutely underrated songwriter.
He's one of those, to your point, and I put Buffett in this too, but Toby Keith is one of those that I have to remind myself that he's no longer with us.
Yep.
It's like
fast.
Yeah. Both were cancer.
Sick. Yep. And then
I've told you the story of one night I'm working at Piscotty's with my dad, and we started doing barbecue, like smoked ribs and, pork and brisket and all that stuff. And we get a call from this lady that, needed like pounds and pounds of it. And I'm like, dang, this is going to clean us out. And Dad's like, nah, we'll be fine. We'll get it tomorrow. I know what this is for.
Oh.
And so she comes to pick it up, and we, load it up, and Dad's like, when y'all leaving? And she's like, here in about an hour, I'm going to hit the road. Toby's ready to go. And I'm like, Toby? And it was for Toby Keith.
Oh,
man.
Man.
Loading up the bus. He loved the barbecue. So it was loading
up the bus, man.
And he was one of those that was old school, that he liked riding the bus, I guess.
I would too, man. On the road, hang with the boys.
Well, some of those buses are nicer than our house.
Oh, so. Absolutely. Got a vote here for Tom Petty. I forgot about that.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah. So Prince, 10 years ago today, Prince passed away. And I will say, there'll be arguing on this, might have been the greatest musician of all time.
Yeah.
For all that he did, all the instruments he played, all the songs that he sang, all the songs that he wrote. 10 years, man. It's crazy. Time flies.
Let's get John's answer real quick on our question of the day. John, what's up?
Hey, Chris Cornell was mine.
That's a good
one. He
one.
was so young when he passed, and he sang about dying and stuff. Man, he just didn't get the help that he needed to, Joe.
Yeah, it's a good one, man. That's what we talk about it every day. Even though the biggest star in the world, or you're a guy living down the street, go to therapy, man. And that's a great one, John. He was so talented, and that death was just a shock to so many people because nobody knew, right? Nobody knew the demons he was battling. But man, that's a really good one. Thank you, John.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, John. Appreciate the call. We'll get more of these. Plus, Mike Vrabel has spoken.
No.
We'll hear from Braves coming up next.
Right.
Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game. When Prince passed away, it was in the middle of the Predators playoff series against Anaheim. And I was on vacation or something. And so I drove all the way to North Carolina, and SiriusXM did a Prince station.
Oh, nice.
And I listened to it the whole way. It was amazing. Deep cuts, all the hits. And I believe he was about to do a pop-up concert here like a week later.
I
Is
don't
what
know.
I heard. So Mike Vrabel has spoken. He addressed the media earlier today about everything going on. And here's a little bit of what the Patriots head coach had to say.
Let me first begin by saying thank you. Thank you for your patience that you've shown in a personal and private matter. For me, and obviously everybody involved, I know that that's not easy for you, and I respect that, and I appreciate your efforts in doing so. I understand I could have addressed you guys sooner, but it was important to me to have a conversation with the players, which I did yesterday, very candidly, as we began our off-season program, which everyone is excited to be a part of. Stacy had mentioned the players' availability, and it was never my intention to have them speak to you or address you before I did. And so I asked him to come today to talk with you. I also don't want to take away from our, the draft, the weekend of the draft. This is an important time for us, our organization, and the excitement and the joy that those players are going to have that we bring onto our football team. They're starting an amazing journey, one that should be celebrated as we welcome them onto our team. With that being said, I've had some difficult conversations with people that I care about, with my family, the organization, the coaches, the players. Those have been positive and productive. We believe in order to be successful on and off the field, you have to make good decisions. That includes me. That starts with me. We never want our actions to negatively affect the team. We never want to be the cause of a distraction. And those are comments and questions that I've answered for the team and with the team. We'll keep those private and to ourselves. Care deeply about this football team, and I'm excited to coach them. I also know that I'm going to attack each day with humility and focus. And what I can promise you is that my family, this organization, the team, the staff, the coaches, everybody, our fans, most importantly, will get the best version of me going forward. And that's what I know, and I'm excited to do that. But I wanted to just address this and thank you for your patience in dealing with the private and personal matter. Thank you.
What did you address? He just completely tipped. I mean, he did it.
Right.
I mean, look, it's obvious. Like they were having an affair. Like
Look, the only person
I think that
right,
it's pretty clear now.
only person he needs to talk to is his wife.
Well, I agree.
Right? That's it. I mean, the team. No. Don't you try to bring the team into this.
Yeah.
Don't you try to bring. No. This is you. You messed up. You need to talk to your wife about. That's the bottom line. Nobody's perfect. Hell, none of us in here are perfect. I get that. So you need to talk to your wife. That's it. That's all you got to do, man.
Well,
Team knows about it.
I agree with you, but like I don't get why I needed to talk to the players. Like, what do the players care? Like, I mean, what that doesn't matter in this situation. But like, I agree. Talk to your wife, but he can't not address this publicly.
No,
because of the state, of his job, of what he's in and what he does. So, I think that I know for me, I've always kind of had a suspicion about it with those two. I know other people have felt that way as well, but I've always looked at it as one, that's your business. That's not my business.
Okay.
And two, there's a Bible verse that I always hold on to. Let he without sin cast the first stone. And
get you, Billy Graham in here today.
Thank you. So I'm not going to sit here and judge because, like you just said, none of us are perfect.
No, nobody.
We've all made mistakes in some way or another.
Look, he apologized for bringing your players into this mess because when they go out somewhere, they're going to be asked about that. So that's on you, Mike Vrabel, and that's on you and all that. And I know that's a humble pie to get up there and have to do that today or whenever that was. So, but look, you
Did he take questions? No,
of course
I do not believe so.
Okay.
I think it was just a statement that was made and left it at that.
Yeah.
Well, and what he's done now is if some hot shot, on draft night is like, trying to ask about it, his Stacy from PR can step in and go, we've addressed this. This is about the draft. Do not ask again.
I'm surprised he didn't bring Stretch out.
Yeah.
Oh, Stretch. Whoever that guy was. What did that guy do? Was he PR? Or was he
No, he was like
his right-hand
I
man?
thought he was strength conditioning.
No.
Yeah, he was.
He wasn't strength and conditioning. He had nothing to do with that. His just name was Stretch.
I thought
John
he was
Stryker.
Was he a trainer?
No,
Nothing?
he was like he was his B, basically. Like he was basically Vrabel's just top assistant.
B. A, B, C?
Yeah.
Oh, B.
Thank you.
Oh, female dog.
Yes.
Okay, got that.
I was trying
All
to
right.
say that in a
Thank
nice way, but
All
I mean
right.
that's basically
Okay,
what he did.
like his number 2. Okay.
Game management, analytics, statistics. That's kind of what's
Okay.
categorized.
Yeah.
But he
on
kept, when he was here, like, I need to talk to Stretch about that. I always thought, that's why I thought it was a trainer. Well, I'll talk to Stretch, see how he's feeling. I'm like, okay. Who's this guy?
Here's my thing on this. Morally, okay, I disagree with his decision and what he did. And you're right. He needs to address things with his wife and his family. He's got 2 sons that, you can sit there and go, need to set a better example for. Again, that's not my business. They need to handle that.
Right.
At the end of the day, this does not affect the New England Patriots one iota. It doesn't. They can sit there and act like, well, we had to address the players and talk to the players. The players do their own thing.
Well,
So
it's not good.
it's not good, but it's like, my point is, this is the unfortunate part of this. Vrabel and the Patriots will move on very quickly. Unfortunately for Diana Rossini, not as much. Again, you're 2 adults. You made a decision. Consequences come with those
Play
decisions.
with fire, you get burned by fire.
But, that's kind of where it sits. And I hate that. But again, you got to learn from.
Is there a tad bit, what's it called, Schadenfreude, where you take pleasure in someone else's pain?
I can think of one person
is there a tad bit
that
in
is
that?
either in Houston or Nashville right now that's probably enjoying this.
Yeah, right.
I mean, I'm not going to speak for that person, but just a guess.
I learned that word from Lisa Simpson on
Yeah.
The Simpsons one time. When Homer was happy that somebody had something, she's like, "Dad, you got Schadenfreude." He's like, "What?" I had no idea what that meant. I don't know, but yeah, I mean, it cast a bad look over the team because of him. But
Yeah.
But they don't pick till what, 30th or 31st Thursday night?
31st, yeah.
So that's a long day, and who knows, man, going forward. But again,
2765 says Vrabel looked completely defeated.
I didn't
He
see
did.
it.
He did actually. Like, I mean, he got up there, and like you could tell, he's like he wanted to be like 99 other places.
Right. Yeah. Now, can we mention that somebody saw him in town this weekend? Not there's a rumor that he was spotted in town this weekend.
That's the scuttlebutt.
But I guess he still lives here.
I had heard he kept his place here because I think Tyler plays at Tennessee Tech or something.
His son Carter played
Carter.
baseball. Yeah.
Yeah, Carter. One of them played baseball at Tech. So
I don't know. I remember seeing him at the airport.
I don't know, Jim.
Getting an Uber, and I was at the airport, and he came out getting an Uber, and it was hat. I mean, you would hat down. I mean, jacket up, and somebody said, "There's Mike Vrabel." I was like, man, I would have never noticed that. So you come to Nashville, get out of the heat in Boston.
That athletic article when he left Nashville, his go-to spot was that corner pub over there in Green Hills. It was in that athletic article. So
Okay, and then he donated all of his clothes to 8th Avenue Goodwill or whatever it was.
yeah.
The vests and all that stuff. I've never understood
man.
that. Like, whether you get fired or you leave a place or whatever, like, wouldn't you want to hold on to something?
No, a good friend of ours, when he was let go at Tennessee, the Vols,
Yeah, you
came by my house.
And that's
He's
where
like,
that hat came from.
he's like, here. I'm like, what? He's like, shoes, pants, you name it. There's like a million things. I'm like, why? He's like, don't need it. Moving on. I'm like, okay. So maybe that's with Vrabel. Move on. Got it done. There we go. Our boy's good for the next segment.
Okay, good. Well, coming up next, we'll get his thoughts on this.
Yes.
Because he covered Vrabel for a long time. Terry McCormick, TitanInsider.com, will in Main Street Media. He will join us coming up next. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game here on this Tuesday. Let's talk some Titans and some draft with Terry McCormick, Main Street Media, and TitanInsider.com. Terry, how you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you guys?
We are good. Let's just get this out of the way. Mike Vrabel has spoken. think it's pretty clear that maybe there was some admitting without admitting? I don't know. That's my takeaway. But what did you think about his statement that he made earlier?
Yeah, I mean, he was going to have to say something about it sooner or later, and he chose later and, really, I guess, said the only thing he could say without completely admitting, that something was going on.
Which is par for the course for Vrabel. He's never going to tell you a whole lot, but that's just kind of the way it is. So,
Yeah, I mean, the fallout from this is going to be, it's already happened for Rossini as she resigned her job, but it remains to be seen, as far as Vrabel goes. If he wins, it'll probably blow over and be nothing. If he doesn't, then it's always going to be some sort of punchline. I mean, I've already seen. You've probably already seen the memes, the pictures, the doctored pictures of Vrabel now with Adam Schefter.
Oh yes. Which I had a pretty good laugh at those. So, but and now he moves on to the draft and tries to have that distraction. But speaking of, the Titans currently scheduled to select 4th overall Thursday night. The chatter has already begun that Arizona could be interested in Jeremiah Love, or other teams may want to move up. Would the Titans move back? Let's say for a second that the Titans did decide to move back. Joe and I have constantly discussed, with Borgonzi's history with the Chiefs, that moving back to 9 with Kansas City, potentially getting pick 9 and pick 40 from the Chiefs, could be beneficial, and that might be a good move for the Titans. What would you think of that scenario?
I'd be okay with moving back, but here's the thing. If I move back out of the top 5 or 6, I want 2 first-rounders. I want 2 guys that I can control for the next 5 years contract-wise, and I want them, at least one of them, to be high enough in this draft to be a blue chipper, because most of the people have been talking about this draft say they're only about 12 to 13, 14 maybe guys who have true first-round grades. I got to leave there with one of those, then I got to leave with another one in the first round. So if the Chiefs are coming saying, come get a pick at 9 so we can take 4, instead of them giving me 40, I want 29.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, is that we go to this draft Thursday night, Terry, and I think the anticipation for this is fantastic because we don't know, right? I mean, it's not the simple 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What are the Jets going to do? Who's going to trade up with the Jets? Then the Cardinals get to go. Who's going to trade for the Cardinals? Who are they going to take? Who's going to be left at 4? Who are the Titans want? They won't Love. They won't, David Bailey. I think the drama surrounding Thursday night is unlike, Terry, nothing I've ever seen working in sports. This is going to be so much fun Thursday night. And I agree with you. There's a lot of unknown out there, but is there any chance you think it goes straight 1, 2, 3, 4?
I think there's a chance that it does. I mean, especially if the Jets are locked in. Of course, the Jets have 2 first-round picks. So I think the Jets are locked in at who they want at number 2. We just don't know who that's going to be. We don't know if it's going to be Reese. We don't know if it's going to be Bailey. We don't think it's going to be Love. And then the Cardinals are kind of the wild card in all of this. What are they going to do? Because they're just like the Titans. They could draft anybody, and it would probably help their roster.
Yeah, right.
So
go ahead.
So they're kind of the wild card in this. If they're going to stick and pick at number 3, or if they're going to try to trade down and, I guess, diversify their assets.
Well, it'd be great. The Giants go 5 and 10, and they really want the rumor out there. They really want one of the pass rushers, Bailey or Arvell Reese or somebody like that. And the fact that if they could trade with the Jets, get number 2, give the Jets their 5 and 10. I mean, we're talking chaos in New York City that's going to spread across the league. I don't think it'll happen, but I want it to happen. I want the chaos Thursday night.
Yeah, I think so. And I think when you've only got a limited number of top-notch picks, like I said, maybe a dozen or so, and there's only really one quarterback in the talk, and that's Mendoza, who's going off the board at number 1 to the Raiders. It does make everything else kind of thrown into chaos. It's sort of like what happens in during the regular season at the end, when you've got a whole bunch of teams sitting there, with 2 games to play, and everybody's got a 8-7 record that's fighting for a wild card. You want the chaos to ensue, And I think that you may get that on draft night, Joe.
How important are the Cardinals to what could happen to the entire draft board Thursday night? Because if you think the Jets will stay at 2, get their guy, I just don't see the Cardinals staying at 3. They've already got 2 running backs under contract in Connor and Algier. So getting Love, unless they get him and trade him out of there, I just think the Cardinals are the X factor, Terry, Thursday, because they need about 18 players and they need assets, and they don't have that right now.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they are the team that could throw this whole thing, for a loop here and really kind of put a wrinkle into this. I think, like you said, they could use 8 to 10 good players. The Titans are not far off that either. They could use 8 to 10 good players themselves. So it's going to be interesting to see, do you go for one superstar? Do you go for one great player and try to add 2 or 3 good players, or you try to say, we'll forego the one superstar because we're not ready for that yet, and go back and try to get 6 good players out of this draft that you can help build around until you can find the foundational piece or 2.
All right, say the Cardinals make some trade and the chaos goes. This sounds probably a dumb question. The time between the picks is now 8 minutes. You're losing 2 minutes. So you got to be ready to go, right? I mean, no matter what happens, you got to have every scenario planned out, because when that clock ticks, man, you already lost 2 minutes.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, that's kind of what I'd say they're, in the Titans war room, or in, where they've been getting their board ready and doing all the mock drafts and the scenarios. They've had people calling around trying to, find information out from, the Schefters and the, Peliceros and Rappaports of the world, and anybody else that might have a line on some of these other teams as well. And they're probably, how the NFL networks, everybody, knows everybody or has worked with people, and it's also lying season. So you got to make sure
right.
that whoever you're talking to is doing their best to shoot you straight, or otherwise you could be left, in an embarrassing scenario. But I think Borgonzi and his guys are probably going through the situation, looking at every scenario possible. Okay, what if Arizona picks? What if Arizona trades to Dallas? What if Arizona trades to Kansas City? What if they trade to the Giants? That sort of thing. All those scenarios are out there on the table, and they should have a fail-safe out for every one of those scenarios as it comes up.
Terry McCormick is with us. Terry, I believe that at least a starting center or the right guard is going to be drafted this weekend, possibly both. Would you agree with that?
I would agree with that. I think that the Titans need at a minimum 2 offensive linemen, if not a third one, if you want to go ahead and try to secure a developmental offensive tackle for when Dan Moore probably runs out at the end of this year and you're making a move next year. So I think 2 at a minimum, 3. I mean, ideally what would be nice would be to find your center, find a guy who can play guard, who maybe is a tackle prospect but could play guard in the interim, and then shift him over to tackle next year, because it's a whole lot easier to find a right guard than it is to find a left tackle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What do you think this means, though, for Jackson Slater?
He's still in the mix, still competing. I mean, I think he's going to be in the competition for the center or guard spot, or both, or to be the backup there. A lot of this stuff we won't know till camp, but I wouldn't discount him. And here's why I wouldn't, is because Borgonzi's still a relatively new general manager. And even though Salah's a new coach, the general manager is the guy who puts the roster together. So he's going to make sure that every guy that he's put his stamp of approval on is going to get a fair look before they say he can't help us.
No, and that's a good one. And to a larger degree with Slater, when Dylan Radins was drafted, right? I mean, it's like, oh, this guy was really good. And he wasn't really good when he came in. Good in college, and he came in. Now he's still with the Saints like that. But for the guys at the lower levels, I mean, they're looking at a guy like Jackson Slater like, all right, he was really good at that level. Can he take it to the next level? There's a lot of eyeballs on that guy to see if he can play, Terry, and I hope he's massively successful. I think there's a lot of good talent at the air quote lower levels, and Slater could be one of those guys like, all right, we need to take a deeper look at these guys on that level. Who knows? I'm hoping he's being successful, but I don't know right now.
Yeah, I mean, that's the great unknown because you really didn't see a lot of him as a rookie. Of all the rookies, he probably played the least of any of them. So you're trying to figure out, exactly who he is, what he can contribute, and whether he's a starter, whether he's a backup, or whether he's somebody that's going to be a member of the practice squad. So I think that's what you're trying to determine with Jackson Slater, as you are trying to determine with the guys you're picking this weekend and the guys that you've added throughout this offseason. This whole roster right now is basically in flux because you're looking for the 53 best guys that you can start the season with. And the way this team has been over the last 3 or 4 years, would it shock anybody if they had 25 new players again?
No, not at all. Not at all. Terry, Borgons, you've dealt with them now for the last year plus. Any chance, Chase and I talked to us about the 7th round guys. There's like a 2% chance those guys make a team. Any chance that they take a flyer on Pavia? Any chance? And look, the 53 spots are all valuable, but I'm telling you, you don't want Cam Ward running anymore. If it's 3rd and 1 or whatever, put him in. He'll get you a yard.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it would happen. I don't think there's a chance of it, but they do seem to like collecting SEC quarterbacks. They already have Levis and now Hendon Hooker. So why not add Pavia? And, who knows if Ty Simpson's there at 35, draft him too.
Terry McCormick is with us. I want to hit a couple of position groups that I don't think we've put as priorities, but ones that I'd be interested in. And I want to start with tight end. It looks like Gunnar Helm is going to be the starting tight end for this team. They signed Daniel Bellinger. They signed Kylan Granson. David Martin Robinson's still on the roster. And I think they have one more. Could you still see them addressing that position at some point?
Sure. I think you could still add another tight end in this draft. And if he turns out to be a playmaker, all the better. Obviously, if you go Jeremiah Love at number 4, you're going to look for probably another blocking tight end, somebody to, maybe be an upgrade over David Martin Robinson as your inline tight end and maybe free up Gunnar Helm to play that H-back role a little bit more and be not only a blocker but a receiver. So I think tight end is certainly a position that's on the board. There are very few positions on this team that are off the board, in my opinion.
What about safety?
Well, you like what you have there in Amani Hooker, and you think Kevin Winston's going to, take a big step now that he's healthy this year in his 2nd season. But, the safety depth right now kind of scares me on this team. So, yeah, I think if you can get a good guy in the 5th, 6th round that can come in, play some special teams, and be a 3rd safety, why not?
With Salah's defense shifting to more of a 4-3, is there going to be more are they going to look at middle linebacker a little bit more than maybe they would have? And are the guys that they currently have, like Cody Barton, do you think they fit, or do they need to make some changes there?
That's a good question. I think, that's something that, they're going to have to try and figure out, where does Cody Barton fit, or does he fit? Where does Cedric Gray fit? Is he still your green dot guy or is he still your guy in the middle? And can he be your green dot guy? I think, that's the interesting thing. There's only going to be one of those middle linebackers on the field in this 4-3 as opposed to the 2 that it's been for the last decade or so with that 3-4 scheme. So I think what you're talking about here is you got to figure out, what are you doing with Cedric Gray? What are you doing with Cody Barton? And, the other linebackers that Salah has brought in, whom he's familiar with, brought in as free agents and whatnot. And you got to figure out who can start, who's depth, and, how much do you need to address it? So, no, linebacker's not off the table either.
All right, Terry, last before we let you go, everything goes according to plan Thursday night, and Jeremiah Love is there at 4. There's no trades beforehand. Love's sitting there at 4. Do they take him?
I'll say this: yes, unless David Bailey's also there.
Oh, okay. All right then.
The debate will begin. I'll just put it that way. Terry, appreciate it as always. We look forward to your coverage coming up Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
All right, thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Terry McCormick, Titan Insider, Main Street Media, and a friend of the show as well. We'll react to some of those things. We're also going to run the simulator coming up at 1 o'clock. We're going to do that again here on Chase and Big Joe, 102.5 The Game. Little Prince today, 10 years ago. Prince passed away. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game on this Tuesday. Appreciate Terry for joining us in the last segment. So I'll ask you one of the questions I asked him. Starting center and or right guard taken this weekend?
Center is, no doubt in my mind.
So you don't think Schlotman or Schlotman or whatever, you don't
I think
think
the healthy
he's a starter?
competition. I think
Yeah.
I think they grab a center from a team that runs the ball a lot. I think they'll bring a guy. I mean,
I think it's either going to be the Jones kid from Iowa or the guy for what's the guy's name from Indiana? Coogan.
Rhymes with Dugan. Yeah,
Yeah.
might as well bring him in here. I mean, who knows? I mean, there's a lot to see at stake, and what you shouldn't. What were our friend tell us? You shouldn't fill a need that
Shouldn't
down
draft for need.
at
Trust
that
your board.
point. Yeah,
Trust your board.
the first, second, and third. Yeah, but after that, it's if you get somebody that lands, you're
Stick
pretty
the
good
best
with
player
that.
available.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that.
Well, when I say best player available, according to your board.
Okay, I mean, if you got in the fourth round, the best player is a quarterback. You're not taking a quarterback,
right? But quarterbacks, I think, are different. But remember what I told you. Floyd used to say if he could get away with it, he'd take a quarterback every year.
Why not? I mean,
You know,
they got four, right? Hooker, Levis, Trubisky, and Cam Ward.
Yep.
Yeah,
Levis probably isn't on the roster come Monday.
he might get traded Thursday night. You never know. I mean, it just maybe the Cardinals.
If I told you, if I looked in the crystal ball and I said Levis gets traded for a sixth,
Sure.
and then the seventh is used on Pavia, would you be all right with it?
Yeah, right. Those guys don't make the team, and when they
Sure.
do, it's a
Well, and then he
huge
could be a
plus.
practice squad.
huge value if those guys make the team at 6th or 7th in the round. I'd like it.
I mean, here's the thing with the way the rules are now, you could take him, and if he turns out that he can run some of your read option stuff and, throw if he absolutely needs to, he can be one of your game day call-ups and you can have a handful of plays.
Somebody's taking a flyer on him.
I think so. I don't think the Titans are, but I think I'm with you.
I mean, the guy won at JUCO, New Mexico State, at Vanderbilt, big time games, big time plays. Somebody's going to take him, and why not? Say, we got this guy, and you throw him in there and see what could happen. Any team, I mean, there's 32 that could take him, that could do all that, and I think it would be fine at the 7th round. I mean, it's like, well, he should stay out, and I want to get drafted and pick where he wants to go.
Watch him take Aguilar.
Oh, man. Does he get drafted?
No, I don't think so.
No, not at all.
God,
the
I want to
quarterbacks
look
have
at
just
this.
Dropped. I think Ty Simpson could be not
He's
bad.
He's going to go in the first round. Whether he should or he shouldn't, he's going in the first round. So here's what I'm interested in. So here's a CBS mock draft they did of just quarterbacks. So Mendoza at 1-1. Simpson goes goes round 2, pick 34 to Arizona. Nussmeier goes round 4, pick 103 to the Jets. Drew Aller goes round 4, pick 121 to Pittsburgh. Cole Payton from North Dakota State goes pick 4, 137 to the Eagles. Carson Beck stays in Miami, round 5, pick 151. Cade Klubnik goes round 5, 155 to Tampa Bay. Baron Morton, Texas Tech's quarterback, goes round 5, pick 160 to Green Bay. Taylon Green, now he'd be one to pay attention to, goes 5th round, pick 174 to Baltimore. I could see him fitting that offense with Lamar as the backup. And then they have Sawyer Robertson from Baylor going round 6, 207 to the Rams. Pavia not listed.
Good. Just put another thing to fire him up and get him going. Fine. They're getting undrafted free agent. I do think that eventually Canada is a good place for him to go, make some good money. And that game is tailored right for him, running, throwing, and everything else. And Flutie did a heck of a job. And that's the problem. We got to stop comparing him to Doug Flutie. Doug Flutie was really, really good.
This is what Fox Sports says. They ranked all 12 quarterbacks. They got Pavia at 10, projected round 6 to 7. His pro comp is Max Dugan. His best team fits are Tampa Bay, Cincinnati, and the Jets.
The Jets. Right. Oh, man. Why not? Put him in New York City.
They have, now here's an interesting one. They have is it Joe Fagano for the Connecticut quarterback? You know who that is
I
at all?
have no idea.
They have him as the 11th, projected round 6 to 7. Best team fits Patriots, Titans, Saints.
Oh, wow. What about Lola Falana?
I don't know.
Where is she going to go?
Cade Klubnik, they have him in the 5th round potentially. I'm seeing if there's if they like any of these other quarterbacks with the Titans. Taylor, listen to this for Taylor Green. He's the 5th ranked. Projected round 4, pro comp, a mix of Randall Cunningham and Anthony Richardson.
Give me the Cunningham part of that. I do not
part.
want the Anthony Richardson part of that.
I do not.
Oh, that's terrible.
So yeah, it'll be interesting to kind of watch where some of these QBs end up. I think Pavia gets drafted though. I do. I think he gets drafted. I think 6, 7 is probably right.
Why not? Take a flyer.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the 7th round. We've talked about this. Let him go and do that and see what he could do.
Coming up next, we are going to jump back in the draft simulator, but we're going to do what Joe has been saying all along, and that is figure out a way to get pick 3 and keep 4 in this year's draft and make his dream come true. We will do that coming up next. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game. Hour number 2, Chasing Big Joe, 102.5, The Game here on this Tuesday. He's Big Joe. I'm Chase McCabe, Dr. Crane, Nick Frazier with you. Tim Hasselbeck going to join us on Friday at 1 o'clock. Had to change some stuff today. It is time to go back in the draft simulator. Now, I have set this up where we're going to make a trade, and I'm doing this before the draft starts. And I'm going to fulfill Big Joe's wish.
Thank you.
To keep number 4, but acquire pick number 3. And via the NFL ESPN draft simulator, I think I have pulled this off, and it's a doozy.
Okay. All right.
It's all draft picks. There's no players involved. It is 100% draft picks.
Now, this being said, they go in Thursday night. Raiders take Mendoza. Number 2, the Jets take Arvell Reese, and you're sitting there. You got Bailey and Love and the Cardinals ahead of you. So I propose the trade with the Cardinals to get their number 3. Titans keep number 4, and then after that, who knows?
Here's what we're gonna do.
Okay.
We're gonna offer. You ready, Dr. Crane? We're gonna offer the Cardinals 35, 66. And 142 from this year's draft, our second rounder from next year's draft, our first and second rounder from 2028. They're going to give us,
I like it,
3, 104, 183 in 2026, round 4 in 27, round 6 in 28.
Okay. That's all bilge. I'm good.
They have accepted it.
Oh, look at you, man. Proud of you, buddy.
Are you ready to begin?
Let's go. Let's build a team now, not 2 years from now.
All right. Round 1, pick 3. Titans are on the clock. Reese and Love are available.
Bailey's gone?
Bailey's gone. He went to the Jets.
Oh, well, damn it.
So let's go Love and then let's talk.
Okay.
All right. With the 3rd overall pick, the Titans select Jeremiah Love.
All
We're
right.
back on the clock. Let's trade back. Let's get some of our picks back. You want to try?
Okay.
Where do you want to go? Giants are
Key
at
West.
5. Well, Giants are at 5. Browns are at 6. Commanders at 7. Saints at 8. Chiefs 9. Giants at 10.
Chiefs. Chiefs
You
need
want to
move
go to
up.
9, or do you want to talk to Jerry and see what he's willing to go to 12? Or I mean, like, here's what you got available right now. Arvell Reese, Mayagoa, the offensive tackle, Caleb Downs, Sonny Styles, Mansour Delane, Reuben Bain, Mekhi Lemon, Kenyon Sadiq, Jordan Tyson, Carnell Tate, Monroe Freeling, the guard from Penn State, McCoy from Tennessee. I mean, there's some good talent there. We can go to 9. We did that yesterday. We could go to 9 and stay in the top 10, or we could talk to Jerry and see if we could get a couple of those first rounders from him.
So Jerry would give us 12 and 20.
Potentially. I don't know. I can try.
All right, try it.
All right.
Hello.
Mr. Jones, how you doing, son?
This is Chase with the Titans. Oh, are you busy right now?
All right. They are they will not accept 12 and 20 for 4.
Well, they can go straight to hell.
Let's see.
Go now. That's what the Chiefs will do.
All right.
Borgons, he's like Mayor Quimby. He calls over there. Ah. Well, that came in stereo.
Okay. They would take 9. They would give us 9 and 29 for 4.
Yes. Heck yeah, man. I hope Borgonzi's listening to this, because this is how you get it done. This would never happen, but
No.
God, it's fun.
I'm seeing what else I can get out of them. So right now, before this trade, the Titans have 4 and then 101 and 104. So you would be good taking
I'm good.
9 and 29 for 4.
Yes.
So 3, they'd end up with 3 first round picks.
Right. Are you listening, Jim Wyatt? This is how you do it, man.
I'm seeing if we could get anything else out of them.
Don't be greedy, man. That's the downfall of man, is greed. But fortune does favor the bold.
I know you don't care. All right, so this is what I'm going to do just to mess with you. We're going to give them 4 and 225. They're
Yeah.
going to give us 9, 29, and 210.
Okay.
So we're going to move up in the 7th round.
Sure.
Done.
They approved it?
They did.
I got
So
nothing
here's
better
what
to
happened.
do.
They went Downs at 4. Reese goes to the Giants at 5. Styles to the Browns at 6. Tate to the Commanders at 7. Delane to the Saints at 8. Titans are on the clock at 9. And guess who's sitting there?
Reuben Bain.
We doing it?
Bring him home, baby.
All right.
Yep.
Titans select Reuben Bain. And the Titans are on the clock at 29.
Is the big boy from Georgia there, the lineman? Wait, God, I don't want to take a Georgia lineman.
Yeah.
Isaiah Wilson broke my heart 6
I think you
years
just
ago.
need a Wichita lineman. Just do that.
Shut your
All right. So here's what's happened. Let me just quickly run through this. We get a run, a little bit of a run on receivers. The Giants go Jordan Tyson at 10. Mekhi Lemon goes to the Dolphins at 11. Jera takes Maigoa, offensive tackle, at 12. Jermon McCoy goes to the Rams at 13. The guard from Penn State, that I can't say his name, goes to the Ravens at 14. Caden Proctor, offensive tackle, to the Bucks at 15. Spencer Fano, tackle, goes to the Jets at 16. Sadiq goes to the Lions. Omar Cooper Jr., who I liked him, wide receiver, goes to the Vikings at 18. Monroe Freeling, is that who you were thinking of?
Yes.
Yeah, he goes to the Panthers at 19. Cowboys take Emmanuel McNeil Warren, the safety, at 20. Colton Hood to the Steelers at 21. Blake Miller, offensive tackle, to the Chargers at 22. Akeem Mesidor, the edge rusher, goes to the Eagles at 23. Concepcion goes to the Browns at 24. Lomu, the tackle, goes to the Bears at 25. Dylan Thieneman, the safety, goes to the Bills at 26. Peter Woods, defensive tackle, goes to the 49ers at 27. And then the Texans take Avian Terrell, a cornerback, at 28. Titans on the clock at 29. Got some options here. Denzel Boston, wide receiver from Washington, sitting there. He's available. Keldrick Falk, the edge rusher from Auburn's available. Cade McDonald, defensive tackle, Ohio State. Zion Young, edge rusher, Missouri. Cassius Howell, edge rusher, A&M, is there. Guard Chase Bisonadis from A&M is there. Caleb Banks from Florida is available. So what are you thinking?
That Zion Young at Missouri is really good, but I think you can get him later on.
We just took it. I mean, we've covered. We got Love and we got Bain. So we've covered offensive guy and then an edge rusher.
I need playmaker, man. I need a playmaker.
I would say, Dr. Crane, do you like Boston, the receiver?
Denzel Boston's your safe play for sure.
Or the band.
Yeah, they're good too. I mean, I do like Falk.
He came on with us as media days.
But I mean, the safe pick to me is Boston.
Then you got another crowded receiver room.
Not
Ridley,
necessarily.
Robinson, Manor, DK, Bryce Oliver.
All right. Audience.
I'm not taking that.
Audience, we need your help. What are we doing here at 29? So if you're just tuning in, we're doing the draft simulator. And we have made we have been wheeling and dealing.
We have.
We moved up to 3 and we didn't give up 4. We then moved back from 4 to 9 with Kansas City and got some of our picks back. We have so we've ended up with 3 first-round picks. Titans are on the clock at 29. We'll make that pick. Coming up next, Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game.
All right, guys, for about the last 2.5 years, I've been telling you how much, when I went to therapy, how much it changed my life. And I want the same for you. If you are struggling and going through some things here and there and you got nobody to talk to and you're really feeling down, you don't have to. I got the perfect place for you to go. And their whole job is to get you feeling better. It's unitycares.com, unitycares.com. They changed my life. They could change your life too. Listen, whatever you're going through, you don't have to go through any of this alone. Their whole job is to get you back living the life you absolutely deserve. Again, the website, unitycares.com. And a lot of questions I get all the time from guys is, I don't know where to start. I don't know where to begin. I don't know who to talk to. Got you covered. All your questions are covered at unitycares.com. It'll show you what to do from A to Z, where to go, who to talk to, and they're based right here in Middle Tennessee, not some faraway place. Caring professionals based right here whose only goal is to get you back up and living that life you deserve. It's private, it's secure, it's confidential, and they offer telehealth. It's perfect. I say again, how much therapy changed my life. It could change your life as well. Open up, talk. You discover things about yourself. You'll get things off your chest, and you'll feel so much better. Again, the website is unitycares.com, unitycares.com.
Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game here on this Tuesday. Well, Joe, while we were on the break, we're on the clock at 29. My phone rang, and it was Monty Ossenfort from the Cardinals.
Okay.
He wanted to talk again. We just made a big deal with him.
Right.
to move up to 3, but he called back and has said, hey, I'll give you 34 and I'll give you 66 back for 29, 101, and 194.
What is it again? 34?
34, 66. So
Do
that's
it.
your second and third
Do it.
for 29, fourth round pick, 101, and then 194.
It's going to save Miss Amy a little money because
Yep.
we're going to the second round.
Yep.
All right.
I mean, unless we just love Boston.
The band, not the player. All right. I'll do that.
Dr. Crane, what do you think?
I think it's a good trade. I mean, the value's there.
Okay.
I just don't like taking a receiver that's not going to play immediately. He's not going to see the field.
But here's the issue, though, Joe. Calvin Ridley, not going to be here long. The shelf life for him is minimal.
All right. Then you got Wandale Robinson. You got
Yes.
Aya Manor.
Yes.
You got DK. You got Bryce Oliver. You throw maybe another receiver in the mix there.
They're all young. That's the beauty of it. The upside. That's what you like.
I don't want young receivers. I want good receivers. Don't make me get up.
All right. I'm taking 65. I'm taking 34, 65, giving them 29, 101, and 194.
All right. Do it.
Done.
Busy over here at Baptist Sports Park, whatever it's called now.
All right. So Arizona goes Caleb Banks, defensive tackle. Keldrick Falk goes to the Dolphins at 30. Boston goes to Boston. Vrabel takes Denzel Boston at 31. And Zion Young
Oh, no.
goes to the Seahawks at 32.
It's a good pick. It's a good player.
With the first pick in the second round, number 33, the New York Jets select quarterback Ty Simpson from the University of Alabama. The Titans are on the clock.
Who we got?
All right. Caden McDonald, defensive tackle, Ohio State's available. Cassius Howell, the edge rusher from A&M's there. The guard from A&M named Chase is there. Anthony Hill Jr. from Texas, he's a linebacker, is there. Eli Stowers is there. Cease, the cornerback from South Carolina. Chris Johnson, the cornerback from San Diego State, are both there. Zachariah Branch, wide receiver from Georgia. So any of those guys.
Who was the guard from A&M? Or is that Chase? Bizonitis. And the linebacker from Texas also,
Anthony
right?
Hill, yeah.
Man, they need linebackers. Give me that linebacker from Texas.
Anthony Hill,
Anthony Hill.
done.
Damn it, Bobby.
All right, on the clock at 65. Jake Galladay, linebacker from Cincinnati. AJ Hollisey, the safety from LSU. Antonio Williams, wide receiver from Clemson. I already know who we're taking here. I'll read the rest, but I
Okay.
know who we're going to take.
Okay, buddy.
Keelan Rutledge, guard from Georgia Tech.
MTSU.
Malachi Fields, wide receiver from Notre Dame. Derek Moore, edge rusher from Michigan. Josiah Trotter, linebacker, Missouri. Max Clare, tight end, Ohio State. We're going Rutledge.
Yeah.
We need a guard. This is the perfect
Bring
time.
him home, Chase. Bring him home.
All right.
So who do we got now? We have Love.
All right. We're on the clock at 104. Here's what we got right now. Love, Bain, Hill, and Rutledge.
I'll take it.
So we have addressed a playmaker on offense, a playmaker on defense, a linebacker, and then our starting guard.
Could be starting guard. MTSU guy.
Yep. And we have 5 picks left.
Oh, wheeling and dealing.
So on the clock at 104, we got Demetrius Crownover, tackle from A&M. Jacoby Lane, wide receiver, USC. The Davidson guy, who's a cornerback from Ohio State. Justin Jolly, he's a tight end from NC State. Kamari Ramsey's a safety from USC. Logan Jones, center from Iowa, is there. Got a couple of edge rushers, including Romello Height from Texas Tech, LT Overton from Alabama. Got another guard, Brian Parker the second from Duke.
I like that center from Iowa.
Yeah, I do too. What do you think, Dr. Crane?
Corn-fed. Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
There's something to say about those corn-fed linemen.
There
Logan,
is.
we're going Jones.
Let's go Jones.
All right, so we've gotten our guard and center.
Me and Mrs. Jones.
All right, now we're in the 5th round, pick 144. Jaden Kennedy is a safety from Oregon. Jude Bowery, tackle from Boston College. Desmond Claiborne, running back from Wake Forest. We got a lot of running backs here. Albert Regis, who's a defensive tackle from A&M. Jeremiah Wright, guard from Auburn. Charles Demings from SFA, whatever that is. He's a corner.
Stephen F. Austin, pal.
Yeah, that's right. Jacoby Thomas, safety from Miami.
MTSU guy, bring him home.
Who?
Jacoby Thomas.
All right.
Bring him home. He can play a little safety, a little corner. I need you on special teams, Jacoby. Yes, sir, coach. All right, go get it done.
All right, we're in the 6th round, pick 183.
I like this team we're compiling here.
Adam Randall, running back from Clemson, is available. Damani Jackson, cornerback from Alabama, is available. Malik Benson, wide receiver from Oregon. What a name. George Gums Jr., who's an edge rusher from Florida. He's available. Josh Cameron, who is a wide receiver from Baylor. Isaiah World, tackle from Oregon. Bo Stevens, a guard from Iowa. A lot of these guys. Anybody stand out?
No. Is there
You got Logan Fano, who's an edge from Utah. Roman Hemby, running back from Indiana.
Is that Spencer Fano's brother?
I don't know.
Same last
Colby
name?
Young, receiver from Georgia.
No.
What
does Fano play?
Jefferson's there, a linebacker from Alabama, who we like.
All right, get him. Bring him in here.
Oh, how about this? Cameron Ball, defensive tackle from Arkansas. Travis Burke, who's a tackle from Memphis.
I need that guy to play special teams that's coming in here. What does Jefferson play? Linebacker?
Yeah.
Bring him in. I need a special teams guy. Young man, you play special teams? Yes, sir, coach.
All right, just throwing this. We haven't gotten a corner yet. What about Damani Jackson from Alabama? He's a corner.
So that means Jefferson and now him?
No, I'm saying not Jefferson. We would take Jackson to get because we don't have a corner.
Bring him in, pal.
Let's get a corner. All right.
We have done something really good here.
All right, we can get Jefferson now at pick 184 if you want him.
Bring him home. Young man, need you to play special teams. Yes, sir, coach.
Final pick for us, pick 210, round number 6.
You already know. You already know what I want. Why not? It'll just enrage so many people.
You know what? We're gonna do better. We're gonna do because I think he'll still be there. We're gonna
if you try to be cute and take a punter, I'm stabbing you in the eyeball.
I'm not. I'm gonna who's got Mr. Irrelevant? What is it? 250? What's the final pick?
253, maybe.
That's Baltimore. Hang on. All right. I'm
Denver Broncos too.
The Broncos? All right.
Pick 257.
257.
Okay.
Jeez.
I like this band. They're a pretty good band you got in the background.
Hired them last week. They're doing pretty good.
Pretty good. What are we waiting on? You getting?
We're on the phone. We're working the phones.
You trying to get Mr. Irrelevant pick?
Yeah, but
like
it's kind of difficult.
You tried that blue chew?
What's wrong with you?
Oh man,
I don't think we're gonna be able to pull it off.
I don't think we're gonna pull it off. I need action.
Well, they say that if I give them 210 for 246, 256, and 257, that it's a lopsided trade. And like they won't give me much else. Shut up.
Well, then what do we need to do here? Just pull the plug on him. Take Pavi in the 6th round.
Right,
We got some good core guys here.
Hang on, Baltimore's calling.
Okay.
What's up?
Hello.
What you got, Baltimore?
Well, is Derek Mason still available? We'd like him back up here in Baltimore.
Man, this is difficult. That's what she said.
Oh, the draft. Let's do it.
Uh,
Why are you afraid? Are you afraid to be you laughed at if you take Pavi in the 6th round?
yes.
This is our last pick.
Well, I'm trying to get a couple of more picks. Don't you want more picks?
See if you can trade. What's another dumb team in the NFL? See if you can trade the Colts. They seem pretty dumb.
Oh, yeah, we could probably do that.
Even though we're within the division. But
all right, we're doing it. Yep. I'm going to give them 210. They're giving me 214 and 254.
Attaboy. I like it a lot.
All right. So 214. Who do you want? 214, you got Malik Benson. He's a wide receiver from Oregon. He's there. Got a couple of tight ends. Got some tackles. A lot of receivers.
Any SEC boys there?
Yeah. Fernando Carmona is a tackle from Arkansas. You got Toronto Pride Jr. is a corner from Missouri. Ahmed Reed Adams, a guard from A&M. Harrison Wallace III is a receiver from Ole Miss.
Why not? He can play special teams.
Tim Keenan III, defensive tackle from Bama. He's there.
Do we have depth at defensive tackle? Take the Bama boy.
Yeah, we actually probably do.
Go to the Bama
depth.
Breeze. Take the Bama boy.
All right.
Joe going against his word.
No,
No,
but
he's
he
defense.
says offensive line.
Oh,
Alabama offensive linemen, except for John Hanna, are terrible. Terrible. Alex Leatherwood, terrible.
All right.
J.C. Latham.
Done.
Oh, we got jury still out.
Chance Warmack.
Oh, covered in grass. Every time I interviewed Chance Warmack, he was covered in grass.
All right. These are the quarterbacks that are available.
Okay.
Joey Aguilar, Haynes King, Joe Fagano, Diego Pavia, and Jalen Daniels. We're going Pavia with 254.
Haynes King's still there?
Yeah.
God, and Gruden was raving about him.
You want him instead of Pavia?
No, I want Pavia.
Done. There we go. Our draft. And we got a C.
Just like at McGavick. Just get a C. Everything I do. I work my tail off on that. Now you get a C minus. All right.
It's 6181 says Joe doesn't know ball.
We're taking Pavia. We're taking Pavia.
So this is our draft. We wheel and deal and move a lot of picks around. At number 3, we take Jeremiah Love. We trade back to 9 to take Reuben Bain.
Yes.
We trade 29 and trade back to 34 to take Anthony Hill Jr. as a linebacker from Texas. We take Keelan Rutledge at 65 from Georgia Tech. He's a guard. We take Logan Jones, center, at pick 104. We take Jacoby Thomas, a safety, at pick 144 in the 5th round. 6th round, we have 3 picks. We take Damani Jackson, a corner from Alabama. Good Lord, we had a run on Alabama players. We had
Where's my spotter?
We had Damani Jackson, a corner from Alabama, Justin Jefferson, a linebacker from Alabama, and Tim Keenan, a defensive tackle from Alabama. And then we take Pavia with 254.
Bring it home. Look, I mean, look, you get Love and Bain and that good linebacker out of Texas, 3 impact players out of the gate. I'm taking that right now. I am playing for now. Rutledge could come in and start at guard. You got a good center there, the guy out of Iowa. Everything after that's a bonus. It's an absolute bonus right there. But we got Love and Bain. Would you disagree? Getting Love and Bain now, I don't know what we have in 27. I really don't care because I'm playing for the now.
Yeah. I don't hate it. I mean, we got Love and Bain. The only one that I wasn't sure on is Anthony Hill, but we do need linebacker help.
We do.
So,
guys, I mean, he's up there for a reason.
Yeah. I love Rutledge. I love Jones. I think we've taken care of the offensive line there.
Right. And look,
one of those guys is going to start.
Absolutely it is. And then maybe one of the guys can back up and start soon, center or guard. That's fine.
And then, you got some safety help. You got corner help. They're going to help you on special teams, or they might play. You never know.
So here it is. Think about in September, they take the field, Love and Bain on your team.
Yep.
You got two of the top guys in the draft on your team. Look, you have a good season. You pick later in the draft in 27, the first round. Arizona's got that. Who cares? You got your guy. The Bengals trading their number 10 pick for Dexter Lawrence says volumes. They want now, not a 10. They don't know what's going to happen at 10. That guy's going to come and contribute. Yep. They got a guy who's going to contribute now. The Rams have been doing it for years. Do it now. Guys, now. Who cares about next year?
615-737-1025. We've run the simulator again, and we ended up with Love and Ruben Bain in the first round for the Tennessee Titans. A lot of wheeling and dealing and probably some things that wouldn't actually happen, but we gave it a shot through the ESPN Analytics Draft Simulator. What do you think? 615-737-1025. It's Chasing Big Joe, 1025 The Game. Chase and Big Joe 102.5 The Game here on this Tuesday. We've put our draft out there. Joe needs Jim Wyatt to show Mike Porcanzi.
Yeah, I mean, take what we've just done, go over there and say, look, man, you got any questions, need help tomorrow?
Let us know.
If they need help Thursday night, just call us. Chase runs these simulators really well. I offer, pretty good input. Dr. Crane plays the music. I mean, it's perfect.
He offers some input too.
It's absolutely perfect that we do this.
Oh man, it is. It's something. I know that much.
Let me ask you this. I mean, are we going to be, if Love is gone, I've asked this the last couple of days, but we're going to be just massively disappointed when he's gone. We're going to be all upset because that's all we've talked about. That's all we've thought about when he gets over to Nissan Stadium, starts running that football in the fall. Like, how great to be him and Cam Ward and Jeremiah Love is great running back. It's like Chris Johnson coming in and Eddie helping out Steve and everything else. And then he's gone, and we're stuck with another one of these malcontent Ohio State players. I don't want it.
Yeah,
somebody's come in and play.
I don't hate what we've done here.
No,
I don't.
Well, how do we get a C? Now that's my problem.
I don't know. I don't know. But I don't hate what we've done here.
Andrew probably grading him. That's the problem.
Dang it, Andrew. So again, if you were just tuning in, we have run the draft simulator.
Now, where can people find the draft simulator?
Well, there's several. What's the one you like to use?
Sticktothemodel.com.
Okay. We did this.
Stick to the model.
We did this on ESPN.
Cindy Crawford's a hot model. Is that the model you're referring to?
Sure.
Okay.
Pamela Anderson.
On. Keep going. So ESPN's got
yeah. So we use the ESPN one.
Okay. I need to know more things that will occupy my time.
Well, this will do it. I would say. I think you would enjoy this.
Yes. I would, but I would much rather if Bailey's there at 3 and 4, none of the other nonsense of trading back. Take those two guys. Houston did it in 23, paid off famously for them. Rossini leaked that out to the Texans in 23 or whatever that was. And they get Will Anderson and CJ
How'd she get that
Stroud.
information anyway?
I don't know.
It's the damnedest thing.
Everybody's like, what?
How'd she find out?
Oh, man. No, I know. If Bailey's there and Love is there, try to figure out something with the Cardinals, I think, no pun intended, hold all the cards. Because I think the Jets want their defensive guy.
I see what you did there.
And the Cardinals at 3, that's a terrible football team. They are bad. And they've got a few decent players. They need more. So the Jerry part of coming up to 12 and 20 and finagle 2 more picks out of Jerry, 4th round, 5th round, great. You've added 3 or 4 more players to your list there. And now you've got 2 first rounders at 12 and 20. And then somehow you could move out of that stuff and go on. I've studied more for this than I think I did any class in college.
That explains a lot.
Yeah, right. It does. I still got a damn C on all that went on. Not a fan of all that.
Let's see. Never mind. Wes and Hermitage says, Chase, finish this sentiment. Eddie George was clutch for McNair. Chris Johnson was the absolute man. Derrick Henry made Ryan Tannehill's life a lot easier. Jeremiah Love is going to be a game changer. That's what I would say.
Everybody we've had on there said that, and we've talked about it, said that. Jeff Fisher said that.
Mm-hmm.
About what a running back can do for a quarterback.
Yep. Craig says the morning show is allergic to scoring points. All morning, all they did was talk about taking defense. You can't win scoring 17 points a game. I'm biased because I'm a diehard Notre Dame fan, but he is the first Notre Dame player I can remember wishing that the Titans would draft.
Yep. Although Bettis in 93 went to the Rams. Hell of a running back. But 32 years ago. But anyway, that was 33 years ago. Yeah, I just get it, man. That Nissan Stadium would explode with him watching him behind Cam Ward. And then get some of the guys, get the offensive line built up. I mean, there's so much value right now that wasn't there. I mean, this time last year, we already knew they were taking Cam Ward. 2 years ago, we all wanted Joe Alt. That left tackle, to protect Levis. And then the Chargers go up and draft him at 5, and then we get Latham. Titans get Latham. It's like, oh man. So we'll see what happens in 50 something hours.
So you like, but you like what we've done here.
Hell yeah. I love what we've done here. I love the show we've built. I do.
I'm talking about the draft.
I love the impact that we've had. Yes, I do. I like that. I like the 2 linemen that we got. Rutledge is good. The center from Iowa is good. Jacoby Thomas, another MTSU guy who's done well at the big time level. I like this. And like after the 4th round, it's all a big crapshoot anyway. It's all it is. You get lucky with some of those guys. Tides of the past have been lucky with guys after that. Derek Mason, David Stewart, Bo Scaife, Cortland Finnegan, to name a few.
Okay. 615-737-1025. We'll take your calls and texts and wrap up hour number 2 next. Chasing Big Joe, 1025 The Game. Chase and Big Joe, 102.5 The Game here on this Tuesday. Having some fun with our draft simulator. And if you are watching on this stream, you can see that we put all the picks that we selected in our draft simulator via ESPN. We traded up to number 3 with Arizona. We kept number 4. We traded back to 9. We did a lot of wheeling and dealing. And so it ended up working out, though. I think
It does. Look, man, fortune favors the bold. Go out and get it done. Don't sit idly back and watch everything happen around you. Make it happen. Borgonzi knows.
he be knowing.
He understands what's happening. And play for now. But next year's draft is really. I don't care about next year's draft. I don't care. I care about what's happening Thursday night, Friday, and Saturday. That's it, man. Now I'm fired up.
You are a little fired up.
By the way, let me ask you this. Our question of the other day was who does Morgan Wallen walk out with? You know,
Yeah.
And I'm just looking at some Alabama stuff. How do you think DeBoer feels when that happens? When Saban and don't say he doesn't care, because Saban shows up at Morgan Wallen, 80,000 people lose their ever loving mind, and you're the coach there. Do you get tired of Saban hanging around?
Probably.
Would you not like say, hey man, can you go someplace else for right now?
You got something else you can go do?
Can you go to Birmingham for the weekend? I just think it's just I think this is it for DeBoer. I think this is it. I think he's done after this year. I really do. I mean, he's in a no-win situation. The team wasn't that good last year. You're getting slaughtered in the portal. Yeah, you got guys getting drafted, but you have a standard that's not happening. And so with DeBoer, I mean, and now Simpson could fall to the second round.
Simpson,
One of your goons in Sector 7G, sir. I don't know, man. I just seeing him and what was it? I just want to know what his reaction was when Saban walks out the other night and you're sitting on your couch or whatever. It's just, I don't know, man. And I think it's his last year. That's me.
Yeah.
That's me.
I wouldn't be surprised. Because again, you don't want to be the one to follow the one.
No, you don't want to be Ray Perkins.
And it hasn't worked.
How purpose was it that it was Ray Perkins that
it hasn't worked to the level that Saban had it at.
It's not worked for anybody. Did it work for Holly Warlick in Knoxville?
No.
No, it didn't do that. It did not. It's tough to do that. So anyway.
Why don't you reset our question of the day?
Why was that guy looking at me in that booth in there? All right, our question. All right, 10 years ago today, 10 years ago today, Prince passed away. And our question is, what musician passing away really bothered you? Chase was Jimmy Buffett, which really bothered me too. But Eddie Van Halen passing away really bothered me. I was on fall break with my son in Panama City on the beach and got the news that Eddie Van Halen passed away. So it's crazy. So what musician passing away really bother you? We got some votes for Neil Peart on our text line, who might be the greatest drummer of all time, and I could see where that would have bothered you. So 615-737-1025, what musician passing away because of Prince 10 years ago today that did that? And I mean, Prince was a tough one too. That was a soundtrack to a lot of us going up. And then the lead singer of Linkin Park.
Oh, Chester Bennington?
Yes.
Yeah. No, that's gotten some votes.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yep.
So that is our question of the day. You can continue to weigh in. 615-737-1025.
10 years ago for Prince, man. That is
it's crazy.
Time really flies. And then Eddie Van Halen's been 6 years October when he passed away, and on and on and on. So
Eddie Van Halen, I mean, like, that's a good one because that's like a musician that I really looked up to.
Yeah. Right. That was tough, man. I mean, that signified that Van Halen was done.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, they'll get back together again one day. Maybe they'll tour again, and David Lee Roth, and then blah, blah, blah. And maybe they'll split the concert, and Hager do 1 hour, and David Lee Roth do the next hour. And then when Eddie was gone, it's like,
Yeah.
you know, we went to the Hager concert, you and me, and Ricky and Harold Henry, and we were like, this is the closest to Van Halen we will get.
Yeah,
And
that, like, for me, that's the closest to Van Halen I'll ever get.
Yep, it was really good. So there's some others that we're leaving off. Dr. Crane said Toby Keith was one. they go on and on, but to me, it was Eddie Van Halen.
Yeah. 615-737-1025 is the phone number there. We'll have more coming in hour number 3. It's Chasing Big Joe on this Tuesday, 1025 The Game. Hour number 3, Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game here on this Tuesday. Hope you're having a great start to your day. 615-737-1025 is our phone and text line, driven by WilsonCountyHyundai.com. And, of course, our show is presented by the Omni Nashville Hotel. Do want to remind you that we'll have draft coverage coming up Thursday from T-Line in West Nashville and Friday from Chicago's home of Chicken and Waffles. It'll be me, Big Joe, and Derek Mason on Thursday, and Dr. Crane, Connor Newt, and Chris Sanders on Friday. Looking forward to that. Coverage begins at 6 o'clock on both days. Thursday on 102.5 The Game. Friday will be on YouTube and Sports Talk 8:30 a.m. And it's all presented by Parman Tractor and Equipment. Pizzona MD, because your roster's full. Nelson's Greenbrier Distillery, Sealmaster, and Tri-State Water Power and Air Home Generator. So excited to have them all on board, and excited to be talking the draft and not doing these crazy simulators.
I like this. Chase McCabe, can you name the 3 teams that have never selected first overall in the NFL draft? 3 teams that have never selected first in the NFL draft. And they're all, well, 2 in the AFC, 1 in the NFC.
2 in the AFC, 1 in the NFC. They've never had the first overall pick. New England Patriots.
No.
Okay.
Nope. Keep going.
Bengals.
Nope. They had Kajana Carter one year and Dan Wilkinson one year, and
Texans. No, they had they've done it. Yeah.
So one team that if you Titans hate this team. Titans fans hate this team.
Titans fans hate this team. Baltimore?
Yep. Baltimore's never had a number 1 pick.
Interesting.
Now, this is just since they got here in 96 was their first year. So out of the way. These next 2 played in the Super Bowl against each other within the last 15 years. One AFC, one NFC. And this one team used to be in the AFC. Uh-oh, Joe.
Seattle?
Seattle's never had a number 1 pick. They picked second in 1976 and 1993. Was a 93 pick Rick Meyer, I think it was. This other team has never had a number 1 pick.
AFC?
AFC.
Played in Seattle. Played in Pittsburgh.
Nope.
No.
Man. I was under duress all day, man.
Denver?
Denver's never had a number 1 pick.
That's right, because they traded for Elway. They didn't actually select Elway.
That's right. They've had second overall in 1962 and 2011. They've never had. So the Seahawks, the Ravens, and the Broncos have never had a number 1 pick overall. I found that a little fascinating with me as well to do all that. Fox NFL came out with the Titans win totals for 2026. Where do you think they land? Over under?
6.5.
Look at you, Kreskin. Yep, 6.5. These 2 teams are tied at the bottom. You already know which one of them is, and it's the other one. These teams 4.5 is their win total.
4.5.
What's the worst?
Dolphins.
Dolphins is 1. Yeah, the other one should be easy. The franchise we hate on this show,
Arizona
at 4.5. So you lump the bottom ones in there: Cleveland, Tennessee, Vegas, the Jets, Arizona, Miami, all 6.5 and under right there as well. So, and leading, well, I mean, look at this. They got Jacksonville 9.5, Houston 9.5, Indianapolis is at 7.5. I mean, look, the division is there for the Titans to take if they play well and things fall their way. I'm not so concerned about the Texans. I am the Jags. I think the Jags are good. It's a good defense. The offense get a little bit better. Thankfully, they don't have a number 1 pick this year. So there's a chance. Again, you just got to be better than the 3 teams in your division. That's it.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
Don't do that.
Well, I mean, that's what you did.
That's right, man. So the win totals, but Baltimore and the Rams are 11.5. Then there's a plethora of teams at 10: Detroit, Green Bay, Kansas City, Chargers, Philadelphia, Seattle, and San Francisco. That's it right there. So who knows? I mean, it all fluctuates. As they say, it's all fluid.
Yeah.
Up and down.
Up and down. That is right. 615-737-1025 is our phone and text line, driven by WilsonCountyHonda.com. Billy wants to weigh in on our question of the day. Billy, what you got?
Mine is John Entwistle of The Who. They did the 9/11 show and sounded better than they have sounded in years. And they were all ready to record a new album and go on a big tour. And then John had to commit suicide, and that just killed me.
Wait, he died in 2002? I thought he was still alive.
He died not long after the 9/11 show.
Yeah, you're right.
I can't remember exactly how long, but it wasn't that. It was probably less than a year. But yeah, they sounded fantastic in that 9/11 show. They basically stole the show.
Right.
And you can't replace John Entwistle, and they haven't since. So yeah, that one stung me pretty hard.
And also Imminent Front is one of the greatest underrated rock songs of all time, with one of the greatest intros of all time. You agree?
I agree with anything. The Who's one of my favorite bands. The Beatles was my band when I was a kid, but as I got into being a teenager, I seen the Who in Murfreesboro in 1975. Didn't know one song from them. Came out of there and just started buying one album after another. That's one of the best shows I've ever seen.
Was that the one where Keith Moon walked out as an astronaut?
Yes. It was in Murfreesboro during the spring. Murfreesboro used to have a spring break concert. They had some really good shows back in them days, and the Who was that in 75.
Oh, that's awesome, man. Good. That's a random one off the beaten path. I like that. Thank you, Billy, for that. It's really nice.
All right, guys. Have a good day now.
See you
too,
buddy.
Thank you, Billy.
Yeah, it's our question today is honor of Prince being passed away 10 years ago today. What musician passing away really affected you? Yeah, John Entwistle, he was 57. He's my age.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
We got several on the text line.
Well, real quick, the Clark County medical examiner determined that his death was due to a heart attack induced by undetermined amount of cocaine. Entwistle already had severe cardiovascular disease and usually smoked 20 cigarettes a day. Good Lord. Thank you, Billy. That's a good one, man.
Yeah. Let's go through the text line. Skylar says, Toby Keith. Matter of fact, I'm buying beer after work to listen to all his classics.
Nice.
4805, John Prine in 2020.
Oh, during COVID too.
Sylvia in Clarksville has 2, Michael Jackson and Elvis Presley, 2 of the most influential musicians of all time. Jeremy in Clarksville, Tom Petty. Glenn from Greenbrier says Toby Keith. He did many USO tours. So that's a good one. Evan says Chester Bennington, and then Joey Jordanson from Slipknot. He was the original drummer. That's a good one.
Okay. That is a good one.
0412, Glenn Fry and Jimmy Buffett.
Ooh, Fry passed away in January of 2016. So it's been a while, man, too. Gosh.
Greg Pogue tells us the best concert I ever saw was the 1975 The Who at Murphy Center. And yes, that's when Keith Moon came out in a real astronaut suit from NASA.
That's how I knew that, Greg. Thanks to you, buddy.
5546, Kurt Cobain. It's a good one.
I mean, he's been gone 32 years. Imagine how he lived, the impact. I mean, he had a massive impact anyway, but had he lived.
Tom Petty getting another vote. Randy Rhoads and Ozzy Osbourne. I mean, when Ozzy, he'd just done the last show and he was not in good health, but that was a bad day. I think it's July 22nd. We lost Aaron Donick, my dog Sawyer passed away, and Ozzy Osbourne.
Holy cow. Randy Rhoads, if I remember correctly, his last show was in Knoxville.
Oh, really?
And then they were playing in Daytona Beach. Like 2 days later, they went down early, and they got in that airplane. We're doing touch and go, and the plane crashed. Also in Knoxville, Take It to the. Who was the original singer of Take It to the Limit? It wasn't Timothy B. Schmidt. It was
Carragher or Randy
Miser.
Randy Miser.
Yeah. So he didn't feel like singing the song, and him and Glenn Fry got into a fist fight, and he quit the band in Knoxville.
I didn't know that.
So two of the important things in rock and roll happened after a show in Knoxville. So if your band's got problems, don't go to Knoxville and play.
Yeah, apparently.
Let's see what happened up there.
Craig says this is a good one in COVID. In fact, I think he was like the first celebrity to die of COVID. Joe Diffie.
Crushing loss.
I sat on my front porch, listening to Joe Diffie. Just when we had nothing to do, drinking some bourbon, and when Ships That Don't Come In came on, I literally was in tears. Just like that, because it's such a great song.
Yep. There's a rumor that he was such a good demo singer that there was a song that Garth had. Garth's like, I'm not going to do that song. I can't do that song better than him. That was the rumor back in the early 90s.
I believe it.
They said he had silver, starts with a B.
Yep.
Because he was such a good singer.
Yep. I've heard that before. That was his nickname.
Mm-hmm.
1137 Glenn Fry. Another good one.
Yep. You know this, but him and Jimmy wrote Gypsies in the Palace.
Yep.
Great song.
Yep.
Great song.
And he and Jackson Brown wrote Take It Easy.
Take It Easy.
2076. Is this true? The original owner of the Sounds, Conway Twitty?
He was one of them.
One of them.
Yep.
But
hello, darling.
It was him. Oh, that's right. Because Richard Sturban was a part of it.
There's a bunch of like name owners. I'm sure probably 2% of the team, but it was good. I mean, that was the thing.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Conway Twitty, which is still one of the greatest bits of Family Guy.
Right.
All right, let's go to the phones. We got a lot of people wanting to weigh in. Gator Mike, he's got one. What you got, Mike?
Yeah, JC, you ran it off right when Dr. Crane put me back on hold. But, Chester Bennington would be mine. We were down at, Hollywood Studios, and my phone starts blowing up about the Chester Bennington died. So that was like July of 2017. And fortunately, I did get to see them finally live back in Nashville, January 2015, thanks to your good counterpart right there, Mr. Joe Dubin. So that is a memory I will cherish, that I got to see Chester play because of my good buddy Joe Dubin.
Thanks, man. I'll let him know. Thank you.
Thank you, Mike. Nick wants to weigh in on our question of the day. What you got, Nick?
Yeah, so I have a crazy story. So the day, I guess it was probably like in June of 2009, if I'm not mistaken, I was actually in front of Michael Jackson's house when he died.
What?
Were you stalking him? What were you doing?
No. My wife and I were doing a Hollywood Homes tour, right? And so we're going up to his house, and literally we're coming down the street, and there's an ambulance that's going down the street right by his house. And we pull up there, and a guy was saying, "Hey guys, Michael Jackson just died." Right. So this is 2009. This is before smartphone type stuff. So you remember like those little windy cameras, those disposable cameras?
Yeah.
So I told my wife, I was like, dude, let's take a picture of the front gate because it'll be time stamped, right? And so we have the date on a picture in our living room with the front gate of his house, the time and the day that he died. And as a matter of fact, so he died at like 2:25 p.m., but nobody knew about it till like after 5 o'clock. So we were one of the first people in the world to know that Michael Jackson died.
So do you have the picture?
I do. I still have the picture. Yes, absolutely.
Oh, man.
Yeah. And what's even crazier, here's what people forget. You guys might remember this. So at 9 o'clock in the morning that same day, we were down in Hollywood, like doing the walk of, like seeing the stars on the Walk of Fame and all that stuff. Sure. And we come across Farrah Fawcett's star. And when we get there, like as we're just walking, like news vans start pulling up there, and they were asking us if we wanted to be interviewed because Farrah Fawcett had just died.
That's right.
So if you go back and look at history, she actually died earlier that day. So we were like in the middle of both of those things that same day. Wasn't that crazy?
Holy cow. And you got how many pictures? So you got the front gate. Did you get a picture of the ambulance or just the front gate?
No, just the front gate. Because, when the ambulance went by, we had no idea what it was.
Okay.
But we were just going right down the street. And so a guy said that, the guy said Michael Jackson died. Our bus driver's like, no, there's no way that happened, because he was fixing to do that final tour called This Is It. And they're like, dude, he just took out a $600 million life insurance policy. There's no way that he died, because they'd have to pay that policy and blah, blah, blah.
Right.
So, yeah, even after he died, the insurance company had to pay like almost $600 million for his death.
Holy cow, man. That's crazy. What a story, man.
Yeah.
Hey, look, was that tour worth it, though? Besides what happened, was it worth the tour?
Well, he never went on tour because
No,
he was
you.
getting ready. Because
your home tour.
Yeah, like it's what a great memory. Like the only regret I have is not staying in LA longer. Like maybe going to the hospital to see all those little 50-year-old freaks of nature dressing up in like a red leather jacket, moonwalking at the hospital. So, but other than that, it was great.
Oh, that's great, Nick. Thanks, Bubba, for sharing that, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right. Have a good day, man. Yeah. So our question today is, Prince died 10 years ago today. What musician passed away that really, really bothered you in ways that are almost undescribable? So Chase is Buffett. Dr. Crane is Toby Keith. Mine's Eddie Van Halen, but they all affect us in different ways.
Yep. 615-737-1025. We'll have more coming. Keep the answers coming. We'll do all that and much more. Chasing Big Joe, 1025 The Game. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game on this Tuesday. We'll talk marathon coming up here in just a few minutes, but a lot of you wanting to weigh in on our question of the day. This one has taken off for sure, which is, Joe.
10 years ago, Prince passed away. So what musician passing away really, really affected you? And, Prince was one that certainly affected a lot of people.
615-737-1025. Joe wants to weigh in. Joe, what's up?
Hey, what's going on, buddy? I appreciate you taking my call.
Absolutely.
Dwayne Allman was my great. I used to watch him at the Briar Patch over on 5th and Lee back in '66.
Yeah.
That's before I got drafted into the Army. But anyway, they lost almost all of their band members. Butch Trucks, Barry Oakley, and Greg Allman are all dead. And I just wanted to say that, and I appreciate y'all.
Yeah.
Thank you, Joe. Appreciate you calling in.
Yeah.
Thanks, Joe.
Sorry, Joe. Let's go to Ed. Ed wants to weigh in. Ed, what you got?
Hey, good. Thank you for taking my call. I got Charlie Daniels.
Ooh,
that's a good one. That's a really good one.
I attended, especially his volunteer jams. I probably went to 6 or 8 of them, I guess. And in fact, one year, one of our buddies was Charlie's bus driver, and he got us in backstage at Starwood when it was still open. And man, they put on a show. That was great.
Oh man, how many volunteer jams did you go to, do you think?
Oh, I guess I went to, I know I had tickets up to the 10th, but I didn't go to the first ones that were at War Memorial Auditorium. The first one I went to was at the Municipal Auditorium.
Oh, what's funny, Ed, is that for years, the record for quickest sellout at Municipal Auditorium was one of the volunteer jams with Charlie Daniels. I forget which one it was, but that was like the fastest ticket sellout ever at Municipal Auditorium.
Yeah, I saw everybody from Cab Calloway to Dickie Betts.
Oh, man. Dickie Betts.
That's awesome.
Thank you, Ed. Appreciate you sharing, buddy.
All right. Y'all have a good one.
You too. Thank you, Ed.
All right. Bye.
Kenny the mailman wants to weigh in. What's up, Kenny?
Hello, good friends. Now, this didn't really directly affect me, but it affected my whole school. Joe, where have I told you I went to high school in Nashville?
Cone, right?
All right, yeah. It was about November of 1977. Leonard Skinner was involved in a huge crash, and about half the band members were killed. Do y'all remember that?
It was before my time, but I obviously know the story because I was a huge Skinner fan.
Yeah, and they didn't think they were going to be able to come back. So, I mean, not only was it the number one music band at our school, it was also the number one fashion fad. For the girls to be the best dressed girls, your concert shirt had to match your tube socks. So everything you had, yeah, you got that right. Everything they had was Leonard Skinner. And the urban myth started. Have y'all ever seen the cover of the album Street Survivors?
No, I have not. I have not.
That it just came out, and it's them standing there engulfed in flames.
Ooh.
Yep.
Well, the myth was if you come and play it backwards, and you'll start hearing people scream. And it's like, well, they also left out the fact if you were smoking dope at the time and played it backwards, you would hear them scream. So at all the music rooms, everything, you'd hear people playing it backwards saying, see, it's true. But the Leonard Skinner crash, that was the Cone High School thing for fall of 1977.
Holy cow.
Listen, Joe, I got something very special for you.
Yes, sir.
I'm reading a book called Confessions of a Practical Joker, The Life of Fred Russell. Have you ever read this book?
I have not.
Oh, I'm going to re-gift this to you after I've read it. I love practical jokes. You love practical jokes. We have never reached the level Mr. Russell, who wrote for the Banner, reached.
Yeah, that's Fred Russell?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Oh, my goodness. Here's the best one I've read so far. During World War II, the biggest house in Belmead, he was friends with the people that owned it, and they would rent it out every now and then for people having to pass through town or in the Army or anything. He got a sheet of Nashville official paper. It was before Metro Nashville. It just had the little Nashville emblem. and he wrote these people's names on it and said, these people have volunteered to be the first to sponsor the prostitution rehabilitation program in Nashville. They are going to house 10 prostitutes for the next year. Please don't call if there's people going in and out late at night. We have it under control.
Oh, yes.
Hundreds of people protested. Churches got involved. Councilmen were called to visit this house. And the people never figured out who did it till he finally, about 20 years after that, admitted to it. Can you imagine pulling a prank like that?
Especially who that Fred Russell was. I mean, he was just people loved him as a sports writer.
Mild-mannered. He was a personal friend of mine, lived at Richland Place. I'd sit and talk with him. You could not imagine he would have been the one that mailed out the prostitution rehabilitation program.
Oh, that's great.
So, it is. I'm going to get this to you. All my best to you.
All right. Thank you,
Thank
Bubba.
you, Kenny. Appreciate it.
That's great.
Man, that is good stuff. Coming up next, I know this is a big event for our city. You obviously love this one as well. Adam Zox, who's the race director for the marathon, is going to join us coming up next, as it is coming up. So we'll tell you more about that. Coming up next, Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game.
Adam Zox.
Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game here on this Tuesday. Coming up this weekend, it's time for the Rock and Roll Nashville Run Series. To talk more about that, let's bring in Adam Zox, who has joined the show before. Adam, how you doing?
Doing great. How are you guys doing?
We're doing fantastic. I feel like you probably get this way every year, but hard to believe it's here.
I know. April comes around so quickly, and every year it seems to be a little bit quicker. This is year 26, so we'll be back in Nashville for the St. Jude Rock and Roll Running Series, and looking forward to a great weekend.
So what can people expect that might be different this year than from years past?
Yeah, essentially it's the same formula that we've been using. Has been so successful in this event over the years with the races, the music on the course, the great finish festival at Nissan Stadium. We did have to make a few adjustments to the course due to some expected construction that didn't actually happen, or it kind of happened. So a little different around Bicentennial Mall area, and Woodland Street was supposed to be out of commission, but it's not. So we're still able to run there. East Nashville is a little bit different as well, but for the most part, it's the event that we've been putting on for so many years.
Adam, I'm going to miss getting up with you at 4:00 in the morning doing TV hits with you. Is that okay?
I would welcome that.
Those were some good old days back in the day. If people want to, at last second, do this, can they still sign up and run?
They can. We still space available. You can register at the Expo, which is at Music City Center on Thursday and Friday. Half marathon, 5K, and 10K still have spots available. The marathon is sold out. We're up in the marathon, which is great, the 26.2, and the mile is sold out also on the Sunday events. But everything else, still plenty of room to get more runners out there, and also lots of opportunity for our volunteers to help out around the weekend as well.
I love it. What was the genesis? I don't know. Were you here when you added the 5K and the 10K and the 1 mile? Because that seems like it really put the marathon over the top. Like more people wanted to do that because they can't do a marathon. I thought whoever came up with that, and I'm going to give you credit, Adam, of adding the 5K and 10K has been just a rousing success for the marathon.
Yeah, I mean, it helps bring more people into the event. As you said, when way back it was marathon only, then we added the half in the third year, and that helped save the event essentially and get it rolling. And then a bunch of years later, just brought the 5K and 10K, which we're hoping that will get people into the sport, into the event, and then they go on to run the half and the marathon later on. But yeah, 5K and 10K will have over 2,000 in each of those races.
I think it's great. Also, you touched on it briefly, but the Health and Fitness Expo at the Music City Convention Center is free. And if you're any type of fitness, you should go to this because there's so many vendors that are laid out there, Adam. It's always fun to go and see that and talk to different people because that's a big deal. And again, it's free.
Yeah, it's open to the public. Anyone can come through there. It's not just for our runners. So anyone can come in and enjoy it and get a feel for what the event's all about. We have entertainment at the expo throughout the 2 days as well. So it's a fun experience. And if you are running, obviously you're there because you have to be there. If you're not running, you just get to come through and have some fun. You get to look at a bunch of nervous runners.
Adam Zox is with us. So what entertainment, what other things can people expect?
We have the entertainment on the course. So about nearly every mile, there's either live music or DJ or party buses. The water stations throughout the course as well, taking care of our runners. Nashville is a city of rapidly changing weather, and we're hoping for a good day on Saturday. Right now, there is rain in the forecast, but it could change a lot. So we want to make sure that every runner is taken care of and is safe. And the finish line, a great finish festival at Nissan Stadium, with food trucks and different beverages and just lots of activity there to enjoy for our runners and for anyone else who wants to be there.
Adam, you talked about it earlier, but the volunteers, I mean, would it take you, 10 hours to thank all the volunteers and what they mean to you guys on this race on Saturday?
Absolutely, yeah. We can't do this event. We cannot be successful without the volunteers that are out at the expo, on the course, at the start line, at the finish line. Nashville Sports Council is our partner in recruiting and managing all the volunteers. Volunteers are basically all local, and they are the people who want to support the event but are not running this year, and but are so important to making the event what it is.
Adam, if somebody's listening, I was like, I wouldn't mind volunteering on Saturday. Is it too late to do that? And I don't mean to put you on the spot with all that. If they wanted to volunteer.
it's not too late. You can go to our website and click on volunteers. RunRockandRoll.com is the website, and then hit Nashville. And we definitely have room for volunteers, especially at the expo on the late shift on Thursday and Friday afternoon, and even on Saturday at race day at the water stations on the course and at the start and finish lines. We can always use more.
That is fantastic. Adam, we're looking forward to it. I know it's just an awesome event every year, but thanks so much for joining us, and good luck with everything.
Great. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Adam Zox joining us here on the program. The St. Jude's Rock and Roll Nashville Run Series. This is, year what? How many of these?
26.
Yeah, that's just crazy.
Yep, we were going to do that, but we got derailed. Remember Dr. Crane?
We had some.
We
were going to, and then we're
going to. I've done 15 halves.
Well, I think for 40. I would like to do one for 40.
So next year, we'll turn 39 this year. Look, if my fat ass can do this, you guys can do this. I've done 15. I got all the medals. You just run. The best advice I ever got was first year I was nervous, and John Dwyer was like, "Here's your advice. Just run." I'm like, pretty good, John. That sums it up. Just run. And so that's what we did. Just run. So I tell you, have you done it, Dr. Crane?
Not this one, but I have participated in the marathon before.
Oh, what did you do?
Not this one. It was for like breast cancer awareness.
Okay.
A marathon.
Yeah, a marathon. Yes.
How far did you go?
I did I think half marathon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Something happens to you when you cross the finish line. I tell everybody, something happens to you mentally, physically when you cross the finish line.
It's a euphoric feeling. It really is.
Whether you walk 13 miles or whether you run 13 miles or whatever it is for the half, something happens, and you're with tens of thousands of other people going through the same thing you're going through. And when you cross that finish line, I'm telling you, it's a special, you're never the same in a good way after this. So next year, Chase, you're doing it.
Okay.
Now, I don't want the old okay when you're watching wrestling videos. I want you to tell me that you're in.
I'm not watching wrestling.
Tell me you're in.
I'm in.
Okay. Dr. Crane?
I mean, yeah, easy as pie. We're doing this bad boy.
Yeah.
Pickle juice in the backpack, a little bit of mustard packs. We're good to go.
I mean, I fully expect to blow a knee out or pull a hammy or something, but
so
fine.
what?
I'm
You're
telling
living
you,
life, man.
if you have the pickle juice, Chase, you're not cramping. I promise you.
No.
I trust you. I trust Dr. Crane. I trust you too.
You're not cramping. What's the day, the Krampus guy? What's his name? Remember?
Oh, yeah. That's in December, I believe.
Krampus Day. When does Beaver Day come back around?
I think we have about 350 days for that.
Well, that's the best part of this show is figuring all that stuff out.
Right, man.
615-737-1025 is our phone and text line, driven by WilsonCountyHonda.com. A few more of our question of the day, which is what musician passing away really bothered you? We've had a lot of answers on this. 3672, Jimi Hendrix, Janis Joplin, Jim Morrison. Weren't
they all 27? Weren't they all
the 27, 26 or 27, something like that.
Cobain's part of that club.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. It's crazy, man.
William says Leroy Moore from Dave Matthews Band, who's a founding member, saxophonist.
Oh.
Thomas in Nashville. Kenny Rogers was a big one for me. That was just a few years ago, right?
Yep. And the songwriter passed away last week, Don Schlitz, that wrote that. Don Schlitz wrote that song, The Gambler. I think he was 23 years old.
Wow. 8815, Steve from the Borough says Dimebag Darrell of Pantera. That's a big one.
That's a huge one.
6240, Lemmy of Motorhead, a true one of a kind. That was a good one. Chris Ledoux.
Oh, yeah. Worn out tape by Chris Ledoux. Lonely Women and Bad Booze.
Yep. Buddy Holly, Richie Valens, and the Big Bopper. That's from Dean in Greenbrier. The day the music died.
Dean, are you that old?
Kevin says Randy Rhoads died in a plane crash in Leesburg, Florida, not Daytona. The plane was piloted by the bus driver, high on cocaine, clipped the tour bus, showing off, and crashed.
I thought it was Ormond Beach,
Florida.
like next door. But it's fine. Still terrible.
Keith Whitley. And then, a lot of...
That's coming up on 37 years. He died in 1989.
Dustin in Hopkinsville. Here's a local one. Phil Valentine from local political radio.
Was he a singer at one time? Maybe
No.
he was.
No. I know we're saying musicians, but that's a good one.
I think Phil was a singer before he got into
I don't
radio.
know.
Okay.
I have no idea. Coming up next, I do know this. We'll tell you what day it is and celebrity birthdays. It's Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game. Chase and Big Joe, 102.5 The Game here on this Tuesday. It is time for what day is it and celebrity birthdays. Hit it, Dr. Crane.
Okay, first on the list we have Saint Haciendo Day, which is the Texas Independence. So hopefully I pronounced that properly.
Hacienda?
Haciendo.
Haciendo.
I looked up the pronunciation, so hopefully that's correct.
That's not part of your job. We like you just winging it.
Well, again, I'm still winging it, even though I looked up the pronunciation. So that makes it even better. National Chickpea Day. It's always delicious in a salad. National Big Word Day. Yeah, not that.
We don't have those on this show.
You get that from 3 to 6.
Yeah, that is very true.
Bulldogs are beautiful day, as always.
They are.
Keep off the grass day. There you go, the boomer day, I guess you could call it. Kindergarten day is today. National Tea Day. National Rendering Day, but it doesn't show computer rendering. All right. Thank you for Libraries Day. Okay. Tuna Rights Day. Didn't know the fish had rights. Interesting. World Creativity and Innovation Day. And last but definitely not least, National Chocolate Covered Cashews Day.
Oh, that sounds good.
I do like those.
Chocolate covered nuts are pretty good.
Anyway,
time for celebrity birthdays.
What you got, Joe?
Just saying.
Got to get these within 2. You know the game, how it's played. America's most popular game. We don't waste your time.
No, we don't.
All right. Yesterday's game was, for 5 seconds, was pathetic. Chase wins 2-0. I don't feel like I got the best effort from you two. So today I want a better effort out of this. So with that being said, Dr. Crane, until you win, you'll go first.
Yes, coach.
How old is Tony Danza? Samantha. How old is Tony Danza?
73.
72.
75. Dr. Crane's on the board.
I went the wrong way.
Former New York Met reliever, Chase, Jesse Orozco.
63.
58.
69.
Nice.
Sophomoric. Dr. Crane, Ed Belfour, hockey player.
The goalie.
58.
60.
61. We're tied at 1. Chaser, you better get this one. Tony Romo.
I don't know, Jim.
Tony.
I'm going to say Romo is 45.
48.
46. Chaser's up 2-0. Dr. Crane, hockey player Vincent LeCavalier. Something.
Like Art Vandelay?
He was the first pick in the 1998 NHL entry draft. The second pick by the Tampa Bay Lightning. The second pick was David Legwan by the Nashville Predators.
Oh.
44.
49.
46. Tied at 2. Chaser, how old is musician Iggy Pop?
58.
50.
79.
Jeez.
Dr. Crane, how old is actress Andie MacDowell? She was in Groundhog Day with Bill Murray.
77.
67.
68. Chaser gets it 3-2. Chaser, how old is Robert Smith, the lead singer of The Cure?
72.
70.
67. Dr. Crane, friend of the show, actor comedian Rob Riggle.
Rob Riggle is 50. 54.
53.
56. We're tied at 3. Chaser, how old is actor James McAvoy? He was in what's the movie where they go into the closet?
I don't know if I'm gonna watch that movie.
What's Narnia?
I was like,
I didn't think about
I was going to
that.
say the birdcage, but I think that's the other way around.
Oh my God. I'm so sorry. At Narnia, he's a centaur. He's like half man, half donkey, whatever they are. The horse.
I don't know where you were going.
All right. Well, they go in the closet, right? At their grandma's house during the war? Okay.
Yeah.
James McAvoy. How old is
Good
he?
Lord. 72.
I'm going to go with 63.
47. You guys need to go in the closet more often. Dr. Crane, actress Patti LuPone. She was in the show with Corky. What's the name of that show? Life goes on. Life goes on. No. Life goes
68.
70.
77. You know who it is. Chaser, guitar player Michael Timmons, lead guitar player of Cowboy Junkies.
58.
62.
67. We're tied at 3, so we got a little time here. Dr. Crane, how old is rapper Michael Franti of Spearhead?
44.
40.
60. Chaser, actor Toby Stevens was in Die Another Day with Bruce Willis. How old is he today?
67.
64.
57. Some of these I've never heard of. Oh, let's see here. Dr. Crane, how old is singer Sydney Serrata of Echo Smith?
44.
53.
29.
I have no idea who any of these.
All right, one more. It's going to be a tie. Chaser, how old is a guitar player of, how about this? Comedian Nicole Sullivan of King of Queens. Comedian Nicole Sullivan.
52.
56.
56 exactly.
Nice.
At the buzzer,
job,
Dr.
Dr.
Crane takes it 5-3. Well done, buddy.
Thank you.
Well
I think I
done.
see pigs flying outside.
There might be.
You're
Coming
great.
out of that closet Joe was talking about.
That's the only one I can remember the movie. They went into the closet.
I don't even know what a cent horse is. What'd you call it?
It's like a half man, half horse,
Like
right?
a centurion or
Is it called a centaur?
Is
Is that what it is?
That's in Vegas, man.
All I know about is radio towers. All right.
If you look like it's half
I think
man,
you got to go
half
out to the
horse.
desert for that.
But not in the closet. They find those out there.
Maybe
Okay,
Dickerson bike. I don't
Whoa. Good Lord.
Anywho, that's going to do it.
We're out early today.
Might be a good idea. Good stuff on the question of the day and everything else, but we appreciate the support as always. Again, Joe and I are going to be with Derek as a part of our draft coverage coming up Thursday night from T-Line in West Nashville, and we are almost there, just a couple of days away.
Yes, we are. Hey, we leave the show every day. We tell you how great you are, how wonderful you are, because we believe it to our guys out there. If you're struggling, going through something, I tell you to go to therapy, know how much God loves you, how important you are in this world. I shared something today on my socials. I'll share with you as well. A great parable that I love to bring up all the time. This guy asked a gardener, why do your flowers grow so beautifully? What do you do? And the guy says, I don't do anything to them. I just remove what stops them from growing. So in your life, remove the negativity within yourself. Know how powerful you are, how wonderful you are, how amazing you are, and how much growth you got. Keep asking God for opportunities. Know that we love you. More importantly, more than anything else in this world, know how much God loves you.
Amen to that. Peace, love, rock and roll. DVD is coming your way next here on 102.5 The Game.